Look at somebody and say, if you had just known me then. Woo! You see, it is because of God's favor that he had a different perspective. It is because of his favor that he had a different thought than what we would have had. You see, he looked beyond your thought and he saved you. He looked beyond your thought and sanctified you. He looked beyond your thought and baptized you and filled you with the Holy Ghost, and he made something beautiful out of your life. You see, when we think of Peter, we think of an ordinary fisherman. When we think of Peter, we think of a fighter who suffered from a bad case of ego. But God's thought of Peter was that of a rock and an outstanding leader in the days of the church. When we think about Matthew, we think of nothing more than a dishonest tax collector. But God's thoughts of Matthew was that of a trusted friend and a loyal disciple. When we think of Zacchaeus, we think of a rich sinner who was chief among the publicans. But when God had a thought of Zacchaeus, he had a thought of abiding in his house and bringing him the gift of salvation. You see, our thought of an angry Pharisee by the name of Saul was that of a persecutor, a gang banger, a church destroyer. But God had a different thought of the Apostle Paul. He made him an apostle to the Gentiles. He made him a missionary and a church builder rather than a church destroyer. Can we shout glory? For I know the thoughts that I think toward you. Somebody might want to ask, what are the Lord's thoughts concerning your life? What are the Lord's thoughts concerning my family? What are the Lord's thoughts concerning my ministry? What are his thoughts concerning your future? I stopped by to tell you that he has thoughts of peace. Look at someone and say, he's thinking peace toward you. You see, the Hebrew word for peace is shalom. And shalom denotes, it means far more than the absence of war. Shalom, it means more than the absence of conflict. But the basic meaning of the word shalom, it means harmony, it means wholeness, it means soundness, it means well-being, but most of all, it means success in every area of your life. So, Bishop Daniels, the Lord has thoughts of success